Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. We're a Final Fantasy XIV podcast covering all aspects of the game. And this week, we're doing a bit of a fun show. You know, we've had a lot of guests on the show from a lot of different regions around the world, but we've never done a dedicated community show for our friends over in the ANZ area, the OCE area. So that's what we're going to be doing today. In fact, I should probably rename the show to OCE since it's not just ANZ, but either way, we're going to be doing our OCE community show today. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and joining me, of course, is Sly. How you doing, Sly?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for putting this show together again. He gave a thumbs up. Sly's our people person, so when we want to put together something new, he's the one to rely on. Always remember that. Be sure to thank Sly, everyone. Be sure to thank Sly. Okay.
Don't thank me. I'm an old person. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't thank old people. No, you're right. That tracks. That logic tracks. Perfect. All right.
Yeah, of course it does.
Well, as you know, Sly and I aren't from OCE, so it's clearly not about us. So we have a few guests joining us from the region in question. First, we have SarahJane. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for taking the time to be here. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
In fact, you were ready to be here 2 days in a row.
I was ready yesterday.
And our other guest, Sydnova. Welcome to the show, Sid. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on here. Hi, guys.
Hi, hello. Look, now I can see us all. Yeah.
Exciting.
Double hand waves. We're all double hand wavers here. Sly's more, yeah, he's definitely more of a double, like, yeah. He closes the hands when he does it. Yeah, there you go. He got this excited face. There we go. Oh, yeah. Glad we could make this show happen. We moved the show around a little bit with the live times, but Sly and I are more than flexible enough to make that happen. So glad that we could do that. So you didn't have to wake up and get ready for a show at 7 a.m.
Thank you.
Which I think just would have made the show.
I tried. Just time is fucking stupid.
Yeah, amen.
Tell me about it.
All I learned from pre-show is I'm the weird one. Because like if somebody said, yeah, we got a 7 MA show, I'd be like, perfect. No.
Not okay.
And my ass would be like, yeah, you're doing that show on your own. I'll be asleep. Yep.
That's not true, Sly. Come on, when we get the like live letter stuff and FanFest shows, I'm sure we'll have to do like some ass end hours kind of thing.
Just want to think about it.
And
No, okay, fine. We'll talk about it later, like in 7 months or however long it's going to be. Well,
yeah.
Before we get started on the community show as a whole, first, shout out to our sponsors over on Patreon. They support us. They don't have to. State of the Realm is available for free on YouTube and podcast apps. So regardless of what means you want to enjoy it, you can for absolutely nothing. But doesn't mean we don't appreciate people supporting us over on Patreon. So we love you. High five. There we go. Looked at your elbows, made sure it connected. And thank you to everyone. And also thank you to SteelSeries and Advanced GG, as they always are here and sponsoring with the proper commands in the chat. So thank you. Yes, Sly's like, nope. Listen, I've gotten Sly to do things he doesn't want to do before. Okay?
try to explain.
Do we want to know?
I just bother him until he wants to do it, like Mario Party and stuff. Although Midna is the one who mostly gets him to do that, but we can get him to do things he doesn't want to do, like play Final Fantasy 11. It happens. He lets it happen from time to time. Okay.
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Well, now that I've gotten all of our intros out of the way and you've said hello, I think a more proper introduction is due for both of you. So
yes,
the floor is yours. Sid, I'll let you go first. Why don't you tell everyone more about yourself? And, the floor is yours.
Cool. Hello. I'm Sydnova. Hello. I'm from Melbourne, unironically, not from Sydney, so all good. I've
didn't
been
even think
playing
of that.
Final Fantasy 14 since 2.0, a couple of weeks after launch. My sister got me into the game when I was about 15 years old. Now I'm 24, so I've really grown with the game. I absolutely love it to bits. It's my favorite game of all time, and content creators like yourselves have got me through with guides and all that such. It's an absolute honor to be here. I first pressed the go live button on Twitch about 4 years ago. I kind of played a lot of games variety here and there, trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. And until about October last year, after FF14 packs, I've really just dedicated to myself to FF14, and I'm growing a community, and it's just been absolutely wonderful. Hi, guys. There's some supporters here today. Hello. And I've also got a YouTube channel where I make Final Fantasy 14 videos, guides, memes, lore videos, the whole thing. So just had a bit of fun with that, really. Yeah.
Excellent. We'll dive into some of those tidbits a bit later, talking about our history with the game and some of the community and content creator, the ups and downs, as Sly and I have spoken with many guests about that before. Sarah, your turn.
Yeah. So I've been playing Final Fantasy since like the release of Heaven's Ward, but it was very much my game that I would enjoy off of stream, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't really something that I wanted to share with everyone for some weird reason. I don't know why. It was very much my hermit game, and I like to be in my bubble and just play it, and it was like my safe space in a way. I used to stream Overwatch like full time since 2018, and I only recently switched to Final Fantasy 14. It was like September 2021, because I saw, Overwatch was literally killing me. So I had to make a change because I did not want to stream Overwatch anymore. And I've always loved Final Fantasy, and I was playing off stream a lot. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, play what I love on stream. Like, why wasn't I doing that in the first place, right? I mean, I did love Overwatch, but it just was very draining. But yeah, then I saw OCE servers were coming out, and I was like, damn, like this is such a good time. Like I'm so here for that, because I never really had much of a community on NA. I used to play on Ether, on Siren, and pretty much just like pretty solo, like didn't really have many friends and stuff. So to make the switch for me was like quite easy. I know it was really hard for a lot of people because they already had like communities and stuff. But for me, I was like, yep, just jump the ship sort of thing. But ever since I changed, like it's been so amazing. It's been so much fun. PAX was obviously such a highlight as well. But yeah, I also create YouTube content. Been creating since 2018 now, but honestly so much happier like streaming and creating content for Final Fantasy. It's been amazing.
Yay, we love to have you, Sarah.
Yay, thank you.
Enjoy your presence infinitely more than Aloha's, especially at the moment, because he is being a menace right now, and I suspect he will be throughout the show, so I apologize.
This is the first time we've really had like guests who are really like supportive of each other on in the podcast. Like we don't really get this. Yay, go Sarah,
OCE, let's go.
We don't get this with our other shows, do we? We like, it's not to say that they don't support each other. It's just not like openly as you do. But it's refreshing nonetheless.
Okay.
Less verbal high fives, I think, is the best way to put it. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Now I have a personal question for you, Sarah. How do you get the split in the hair so perfect?
Oh, I pay money to a hairdresser.
Well, they do a good job, because like when I think Sarah, I think instantly about that. That's like it's so vivid.
Like the full like head of hair, but I've bleached my like hair before and it all just fell off. So I'm not gonna do that. Oof. It'll broke off over time. So no, just the fringe. It's fine.
It's on fleek. That's all that matters.
Thank you.
Well, now that we've gotten the just basic intros out of the way, we started to kind of lean into this with Sid's intro, but history as a content creator. So one of the big things Sly and I love to do is kind of treat State of the Realm as the content creator's therapy, I suppose, at times.
All right.
Sid's like, yep.
We'll take that. Yep.
Sitting up in my chair, stretch it out.
Let's go.
So I want to actually dive into your history as content creators as a whole. Like I said, you briefly both touched upon it, but it's obviously a lot more than just a few words and a few sentences, I feel. So
Definitely.
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, that feeling's very mutual. So again, I do kind of just want to open the floor. This show is mostly for you guys in the OCE community, so we're gonna let you do most of the talking throughout it. So Sid, you went first last time, so I'll let Sarah just continue her train of thought and tell us a little bit more about your history, specifically in content creation.
Wow. I actually started streaming because I used to do digital drawings, like digital art, and it was a way to kind of force myself to draw more. So that's like how I actually got started. And I had really bad internet at the time, so I couldn't actually play games and stream, like it was impossible. So the only thing I could stream was like my Photoshop document. But I used to have like a group of friends at TAFE, and we used to like watch Twitch together and stuff. And I was like, hey, like I want to do this. Like this looks really cool. I kind of was that kid at school that wasn't really good at anything and like just draw, and I never knew like what I wanted to do at school. So I was like, maybe this is for me, just saying, because I was actually really like so lost like growing up and everything. So content creation was like something that I thought was like perfect for me. So I really wanted to like put my everything into it, study like a lot of video editing, animation, all that kind of stuff, just so it would like kind of prepare me for it as well. Honestly, played games growing up, so was always into gaming. What else? But yeah, like once I started my content creator journey, I was very much at Overwatch, like esports. I used to represent an Australian esports team called Mind Freak, and I used to work with like the Overwatch players. Used to like go, because I used to live in Perth, but I would travel to Melbourne to Sydney to like do events with them, do their content, do streams with the players. Like it was very much trying to like build up this esports team, and I was very dedicated to that and was really passionate about it. But then Overwatch had like no content for like 3 years or something, and I was literally just playing competitive just because that's what I had to do. And like I remember telling myself, like when I didn't enjoy it, I was like, no, this is my job, this is what I have to do. Like that's what I was literally like convincing myself, like this is what I have to do, instead of like this is what I want to do sort of thing. So when I kind of realized that, I was like, no, this isn't right. Like I shouldn't be really forcing myself to do this. Like I should be enjoying it. Like what's the point if I'm not enjoying it? I sat down with a friend, my boyfriend, we're like talking, what do I do? Feeling like pretty miserable where I was at. I applied to like hopefully work for, I don't know, like Boston Uprising. They're an Overwatch League team. So like I kind of put in an application to be a content creator for them, but they denied me and said, no, we wouldn't want you. We would take this other content creator instead. And I was like, okay. Like, and I did like so much content for them, like for free. Like I did so much like with their team, and it was very disheartening. And I think once they said no to me, I was like I didn't even want to get paid. I was pretty much like, I was like, I just want to like be a part of this sort of thing. Like I wasn't asking for money or anything. And they were just like, no, we want someone else. And I was like, all right, all good. And then like from then I was like, screw this. Like I don't want to play Overwatch anymore. Like that was like my goal, and I wasn't gonna get it. So I was like, yep, I'm out. And then I was like, okay, what do I love to do? And I was like, I love to play Final Fantasy. And Final Fantasy was just like, it just fit like a glove for me for streaming, because I was very much the community like advocate for Overwatch when I did play it. So being able to really focus on community with Final Fantasy has been like the best thing for me. I don't have to worry about like being competitive or being like the best player or like anything like that, because that was extremely exhausting. So when we get into raiding, I always like to tell people I don't want to bring my competitiveness into this fantasy game, I like to keep it chill. I like to keep it fun. I don't want to I don't want to focus on numbers. I don't want to focus on like playing perfectly, because if I start focusing on that, I'll just start like beating myself up for not doing well, like or good enough and stuff like that. So definitely more focus on community, bringing people together, focusing on building up the Materia DC as well. Like it's a huge focus for us. Always talking about it, promoting it, saying that we're not a dead server. It's literally you're just looking in the wrong places. We just do things a lot differently on Materia DC. Like we rarely touch Duty Finder unless it's for our roulettes. We pretty much live in Party Finder and helping each other in there. So it's been such a huge journey. Also playing Endwalker on stream was so good. That was so much fun. Like I've never played an expansion on stream before, so it was really cool to actually share my experience with everyone. And honestly cannot wait for 7.0. I think it's going to be so much fun. Yeah, thank you.
Hoping. Yeah, we'll definitely talk more about the 14 specific bit a bit later. But Sid, how about you?
Yeah, cool. No, thanks, Sarah, for sharing. Absolutely.
Thanks for
Yeah, I
listening.
suppose I started on Twitch a little over 4 years ago when I finally got good Australian internet. I was waiting for years, like, I really want to stream one day. I just want the good internet. Finally got it. Off we went. And yeah, I just kind of just played whatever game I wanted and just goofed around, and people come through and I just goof around with them and all that. And I just played all sorts of games, you know, Maple Story, played a bit of Diablo, Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 14 is my first Final Fantasy, so I've on stream played like my first ever other Final Fantasy games. And yeah, I just kind of fluffed around a bit. And I think streaming, what it's taught me is to learn something really important to me, actually, is to learn consistency. It's really freaking hard, like, you know, no matter what aspect in life. But over the years, I've had my ups and downs. And I feel like I've just gotten to the point where I've practiced enough, had enough experience that now finally things have fallen into place. I've got my schedule going. I've been consistent with it since the end of last year, and I don't feel like it's difficult to do anymore. I don't feel like I really just enjoy hopping on. I think, you know, I usually start around 4 p.m. my time, and I think, oh yeah, my brain just goes, oh, Final Fantasy time. Let's have some fun. You know what I mean? So it's just taken quite a few years to get to that point. And I'm so happy that at the end of, it was October after PAX last year, right? With the Final Fantasy 14 booth, that really clicked something in my head that this is the game. Like, I know it was always my favorite game, but I didn't know quite how to connect with the community on Twitch in ways, or, you know, I felt kind of like a solo journey for a long time there. But after October and I really started to grow consistency, I've noticed, like, first time in my Twitch career, that I've started to grow a community. It's still really small, but like it's a community. It's there, and everyone's looking after each other, and it's so wholesome, absolutely so wholesome. There's so many of them in chat today that I see. Hey guys, I appreciate you so much, and some of the streamers as well. I've really loved how OCE FF14 on Twitch, the community, where we're all in a circle now, to be honest. We all look after each other. We look out for each other. And I'm so proud of them. Seriously, I can only hope the best for them. And I'm just in such a good mood with how things are going with Twitch recently, with OCE FF14, that, yeah, I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. And the only thing I got to work on, though, is, you know, video editing's a massive massive effort. So, you know, my YouTube needs a bit of work, but I have no doubt that I'll be able to get there if I was able to get here with Twitch. So that's kind of been my content creation journey.
Yeah, speaking of
this is gonna be a wholesome episode. I can just see it now. Jesus Christ. Before we go on, I wanted to ask you both, from a 14 standpoint, what is one of your best moments on 14, both in general and both as a part of the ANZ community?
Do you mind if I go first? I immediately thought of something.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Grandma gang. Those know it in chat. Granny gang. So let me explain. Granny gang. I'm very proud. I have this. Okay, I play as a male aura, right? You know, he looks pretty cool, pretty edgy. But I have this. I like to wear like a pink frilly dress and a white nightcap. Yeah, the bridesmaid's dress and the white nightcap and a flower as my white mage cane. So I look like a grandma, right? And it's like my glam that I always wear. My friends in OC know about it. And one day on the Materia FF14 1-year anniversary that was held at Sarah's Spook FC house. Thank you, Sarah. I had my close friends, my little Lala Fel gang that I have. That's another story. They all surprised me wearing that same glamour that I wear. And I didn't ask. They just showed up, and they know how much it means to me. Like, it's my little like inside joke. And they all surprised me wearing that glamour. And it was just so nice. Thank you guys. Like, it made me feel so included. You know, being on Twitch, I felt like, a bit alone, and I'm finally starting to find a group of people, and they really helped me feel so included. So that's definitely my number one moment, 100% easy.
Call it Granny
So
Gang.
awesome.
I imagine
Granny Gang.
throwing up signs with like shades on and everything.
Let me show you. Go Granny Gang. I've got it framed.
It's like the
Little
big
bit
bad
crazy,
wolf,
but-
except it's an hour.
Oh, it's so good. That's what it reminds me of, yeah.
I get that a lot. What about you, Sarah?
Ooh, it's so hard to like pick one. I think the ANZ 1 year like Materia anniversary, I think that was such a highlight because we held it at the FC house, the Spook FC, and it was so awesome to see so many people at our FC house, and we have some amazing people in the FC that did some preparations, and we like redid the front garden for like balloons stuff, little barbecue. It was just really wholesome to see everyone there. It really just made it feel like it's so hard to explain because obviously the region is like smaller. So it was cool to see like so many familiar names and everyone just like hanging out here. We had like everyone's worked so hard to like build what we have on Materia. Like there definitely had to be effort behind Materia DC. I feel like a lot of people could have just completely neglected the data center and the new servers. So the people that have made that effort, like I feel like on that day you could see that. You could see everyone's effort that they had put into like creating what we have created together. And I think that was really special. So yeah, definitely that day. It was awesome.
Yeah,
It was a great day.
I see. I'm learning because most of these things tend to happen when I'm on my old man schedule and I'm sleeping. So I miss most of the OCE events. Normally, like I'll wake up and I'll catch some of the members of the community kind of at the very tail end of their like midnight ish. It seems like most of the time. Midnight, 1 a.m. So I end up missing. Sly, on the other hand, could probably catches most of this while he's still awake. You're awake pretty late, Sly.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of sleep.
I feel that, but that's because I wake up early, not because I stay up late, though. Sly. Despite that, I mean, we were talking about consistency earlier. Sly here is kind of a king of consistency. What are you, Sly? Why are you laughing? I see you on my follow list every day. Sly, the thunderstorm. Sly, the thunderstorms taking out your internet doesn't count.
Sorry.
He's got the giggles.
It's like Thor taking out your internet. How close? I mean, he just streams through the whole schedule and before and after it, so he keeps doing.
No, the thing about my schedule is I have to be liquid because so much shit comes up. Like tomorrow, like just out of the blue, Frosty asked me to be on Montal tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, well, I can shift some stuff. Yeah, that shit happens all the time.
That's fine. That's not being on schedule. That's making plans, Sly. That's a different thing.
I have to be liquid. Like the schedule is so liquid. That's the only thing. Yeah.
Jesus, can't take
Keeps it
any
exciting
compliment.
though, right?
Is it exciting, Sly? Is it?
I don't sleep. Yeah,
yeah, you're living liquid. That's all it is. All right. Well, while we're on the topic of memories from Final Fantasy XIV, you both mentioned how you may have started playing Final Fantasy XIV kind of back during either Realm Reborn or Heaven's Ward, that it wasn't until the last few years where you got into Final Fantasy XIV as content creation. You mentioned why you got into that in the first place. What was the step? But I guess when you were first getting in, what were the initial impressions? What were the kind of goals or challenges that you kind of had for yourself, I suppose, to build communities within the OCE, community?
Do you want to go first, Sid?
Yeah, sure. What were some goals breaking through content creation for Final Fantasy XIV? I just wanted to prove to myself that I could produce something with confidence. I think I approached it with YouTube specifically. I was very scared because, you know, I'd watched content creators like yourselves, you know, and you guys create, you know, top tier stuff. And it's a bit like, you know, scary trying to break into things. So like making guides, for example, making guides on treasure maps, G-posing, you got to have, you know, your accurate information, how you present it, your own style. And it's pretty intimidating because, you know, you've got all these other beautiful guide makers out there. And I think it was just nice when I could finally release some guides that, you know what, I did a pretty damn good job. I was proud of it. So I think that was a big sort of breakthrough goal for me, that proving to myself that it's doable. It's really scary. But as long as you kind of can enjoy some of the processes, like I enjoy the recording process because I like public speaking sort of stuff. Editing's a bit tricky. But yeah, that was sort of my goal, breaking into the 14 scene. And I think what's helped me get into knowing other FF14 creators is Twitter. Twitter's been a big sort of hub to get to know other people. So if there's people out there that want to sort of meet new people on 14, content creators, other players, Twitter's a fantastic place for 14. Absolutely. So just being on that platform more often really got me through to meet people. Yeah.
Just watch the retweets. Some people are absolutely unhinged on their retweets.
Yes, true. Very unhinged gamers on Twitter as well. Yeah.
Twitter is so draining.
It sure is, yeah.
I open it and I'm just like, no, and I close it. Or it's just like new drama and I'm like, go away. I just don't want to be a part of this. Like, that's something I like try to avoid so much. Like, I'll just post my cat and be like, here you go. Like,
some good out into the world, and then,
you know what I mean? I just feel like my opinion doesn't even like sure, my opinion matters, but like sometimes it gets to a point like it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I just don't bother. Anyway, Twitter. What was the question again? Like content creation.
Yeah, some of your early goals or challenges doing making a community within OCE for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah. Okay. So like when I first started streaming 14 and creating content for it, it was very much like, let's make an FC, like, you know, let's all get together, let's do content together. And I really wanted to get into raiding because I was always so terrified of raiding by myself on NA, and I wouldn't go near it. I would even do extremes because I was terrified of letting people down. So I think when I had finally made friends and like made a community, people wanted to help me. So I remember going into like E4S, and that was like my first ever Savage, and I was like, this is so much fun. Like, this is so awesome. So after doing that, it was like, okay, what's next sort of thing, and kind of riding like all the extremes, all the Savages that I had kind of missed because I never got to experience them by myself when I played the game by myself. But yeah, definitely trying to like, and then OCE obviously came out, like we had the OCE servers, so we all kind of jumped ship, created another FC, and pretty much just wanted people to feel like safe and welcome in this FC. And pretty much I wanted to just project like if there was anyone else that was kind of playing alone, because I feel like my experience playing Final Fantasy like solo to actually playing in the community like changed the game for me. And I remember when I was at PAX and I was like kind of interviewing people, and I was like, you know, what is it about the game that actually gets you to come back? And like 90% of people said the community, and like the FC, like, oh, FC won't leave me alone. They always tell me to come back online sort of thing. So I think to me, that's just like such a beautiful thing. And like YouTube content, trying to break through the YouTube content. I was thinking about like doing guides and stuff, but it's not really something I enjoy doing. So I'm trying to focus on more of the entertainment sort of side on YouTube. Been doing a bunch of like adventure play videos, like interviews, stuff like that, and it's been really fun. And we're organizing an amazing race tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. I've had a bunch of help from my friend and admin Lucy, who's huge IT tech nerd, and she's managed to like set up servers. So we've got like 4 teams. We're going to have like 4 different streams that I'm going to be streaming, showing different POVs, and it's going to be pretty much a race. So like just being able to organize stuff like this is like so much fun. But like I like Final Fantasy because you can like make your own content inside of Final Fantasy 14, if that makes sense. Like you can be really creative with the game, But like when I was playing Overwatch, it's like play competitive, win, lose. Like where like Final Fantasy was like, oh, let's do this random thing today. You know, let's get people to do this. You just have so much more creativity with the game, which I think is just so much fun.
The Amazing Race, is that... So I grew up with a program called that, where it was basically teams of people racing around the world like airports and stuff. So,
Yeah.
okay, so I can kind of envision how that looks in 14.
Yeah, so we have a start point, and then there's going to be an end point, and then along the way, you can't teleport, you can't mount up, you have to literally run on foot, you're not allowed to open your map, you have to hide your mini-map, and you have to try to navigate yourself from start to finish while doing tasks, entering dungeons through like dungeon gates.
Why would
and
you
stuff.
do that to people?
It sounds fun, Sly. I always loved The Amazing Race growing up.
I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, because then I also started imagining like hiding people in the towns, like staff, and then like hide in places, and you have to
Oh
figure
my
out where to go
gosh,
next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so good. Yeah, I always get people to find like random NPCs and like pretend to like talk to them or like go to a specific merchant and purchase this like specific item and stuff. And you got to make sure you have that item for like the end. So it's going to be fun.
Sly, these things are fun.
Yeah, fun.
No mini map, no map.
No,
Sly doesn't do
no
good with
mounting.
directions, is all I'm learning right now.
No. I do good with maps. It's just like having lack of that is just no. I couldn't.
After the railroad, go 2 roads, then make a left, look for the big tree with the carving in it, then go right. Sly, you don't need a map for that.
You're okay. You're doing North Carolina directions. That's all you're doing is like, okay, you go down that road there. You're gonna take a left by the Dairy Queen, and then you're gonna go down. Like you're gonna go down until you see the water tower. When you see the water tower, stop. Don't. Yeah, you're doing North Carolina directions. I can't. No.
Sly, you live there. You should get it more than I do.
I mean, I get it, but I don't want to get it.
All right. Well, you can continue being allergic to fun then. All right. So, what was that?
Excuse me.
Some bitch. Anyway.
Heyo.
Building off that, taking a step back from specifically content creation and community at the moments, Sly asked you for a memorable moment with Final Fantasy XIV. I actually am curious about your feelings on the game as a whole at the moment, because it's been a really big debate. So many different aspects of the game have been discussed and debated throughout all of Endwalker. We've done it here on State of the Realm. They've been doing it over on Mog Talk. So it's always interesting to get people's feelings, because how the game is being presented at the moment, how it's updating at the moment, how people feel largely does end up affecting content creation and kind of the directions and avenues you feel like you have. So where are you at with Endwalker at the moment? How are you feeling about the game at the moment?
Like I said, we have to create our own fun. So, like I said, doing the Amazing Race, trying to just create stuff for the community to do, because I do feel like there's a bit of a lull with content, especially with how Relic Grind is just getting our tombstones and stuff like that. So, I think that, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are disappointed with how we get our new relics. Like, I think people wanted to, be a bit harder to get, or like just a bit more fun, not just doing the same grind for our red tomes and stuff. So yeah, create our own fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm one of the ones that's definitely a bit let down by the relic grind. Like I love relic grinding on stream at the moment. Like it's just, I'm like a hardcore casual. Like I'll do the casual content, but like a lot of it. So I love the relics. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame that 2 times in a row we get 1,500 tombstones, 2 steps in a row. Look, like they could have changed it up. We're not getting an instance at the moment like Eureka or Bosnia, Zadnor, or all that. But at least change it up a little bit, even if it's fake grinding. Dare I say, bring us back the Atma step and a Realm Reborn, 2% chance drop rate. I'll take it. Something more interesting, please. Yeah, I just think that, look, I love hunt trains, and hunt trains are really communal. They're the most efficient way to get tombstones, right? They're good fun, but the thing is with like materia, we only have 5 worlds, so we don't get as many hunt trains popping off. Whereas like in JP, they have 32 worlds, for example. So it's a bit of a struggle for us. We'd love to be able to connect to other data centers. That's what we're all like. Most of us, from what I've gone around and talked to, we would love to be able to connect with you guys. I can't wait. I hope one day they give us that. But yeah, because we've got Relic Grind, Eureka, that jazz. It's a bit more difficult for OCE. And yeah, I just kind of wish we had a bit more of a spicy Relic Grind. Even though it's stage 2, I understand that we could add a little something different at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just feels very repetitive at the moment.
Well, having a goal is sometimes better than having complete freedom. Being set on a path is being better than being given a dozen paths that all lead to the same place sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Times. I said that and I lost my train of thought. I was going to ask something. It's in there somewhere. I'll shake it loose. I got lost in Sly's eyes when you said bring back Fates, and I couldn't stop looking at his eyes go when they went so wide. I was completely consumed.
Give me the challenge. I love it.
I did some bicolor gemstone farming recently, and I wanted to die. It was awful.
I did the Fate mount at the start of the expansion. The ones with.
How are you alive? I got is it the Dark Angel wings? I think they're called. Like that's why I wanted to do it.
I did
because I had a glamour I wanted to make. It's like these black angel wings, and I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And now I'm just like, why? I barely wear them.
Oh, I remember what it was. I was like, so Sid, you mentioned wanting to do casual content, looking at some of the old relic stuff. Have you gone back and been doing some of those old relics in kind of place of the new ones?
Yep.
Yeah.
My chat thinks I'm insane. Yep.
Yeah, been organizing Eureka stuff as well on OCE because a lot of people made new characters for OCE instead of like moving their mains. So we've been like grinding Eureka like together. I've never done Eureka before, so it was a huge learning curve for me. And hopefully going to be starting BA soon. It's kind of intimidating though. I don't know, people make it sound really scary, so I'm like a little bit scared to do BA. But I'm excited for it. The relics look really cool as well from Eureka.
That was a big thing. A lot of people actually didn't like a lot of them way back when they. I
really?
like some of them. Yeah, I think it was the Hydatos ones that a lot of people argued about in particular.
Okay.
Yeah. The Pyros ones are cool.
Pyros Monk Fists.
I don't know. The summoner weapons look sick. I love the books. They're sick.
Yeah, you appreciate any good book because a lot of books don't look good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like with the Bahamut wings and stuff, it looks sick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Summoner, a Realm Reborn relic weapon that one's goated.
Sure is.
Oh yeah. I need to get that.
That's a
Maybe
good one.
I'll do that next.
Any other content you've been going back and visiting? I know during the lull in Shadowbringers, a lot of us kind of used that time to dig into the stuff that we had long put off. I know for me, it was ocean fishing.
I love ocean fishing.
Do you love it enough to get 3 million points in it?
I got my shark mount.
Oh, the shark is 1/3. That's 1/300th of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I was happy when I got that.
Yeah, is there any other thing you've gone back to visit in kind of the lull as a means to kind of fill the void?
I've been doing a bit of Blue Mage stuff. I never really finished the Masked Carnival, and I want to do all the Savages with it. So just bit of Blue Mage. I never really bothered with it. I'm not that big of a fan of Blue Mage. I think they could have, I don't know, could have been better. But so I want to complete everything in the game, right? Because I'm streaming this game like 5 days a week. So the goal is to like beat the game, right? I'm sure you'll understand. Yeah. So Blue Mage is a part of it.
I love that. I always think that. I always tell people like one day I want to do everything in the game. I want to have completed everything, but like there's so much content. There really is like so much content. Because there's even like Beast Tribe quests that I never did like in the auto expand. Like there's so much content that I missed out on because I just was unaware or just scared. I don't know. So like there's actually a lot of stuff that I could potentially go back to. But what else? Oh, I've been leveling an alt on NA as well because I do want to have the option to play on NA if I want to. If there's like the content creators that want to play together and stuff. So
Hint,
I'm just
hint,
making
nudge,
that, like,
nudge.
just making it available, But it would be cool. Just I just finished Shadowbringers, so like that was so much fun to actually do that on stream because I didn't get to play Shadowbringers on stream. So I knew what was going to happen, but it was just exciting still. So cool.
I know people who love replaying the stories. I've done it more
love
times
it.
than I think I should have at this point. So yeah, no, I feel that.
That reminds me, I've also created an alt at the moment, a Lalafell alt, because OCE Materia has a fantastic Lalafell culture. I want to join in with Lalafells and their 24-man Lalafell only raids. So I currently have a little 40 Lala, and she's in a cute little swimsuit. So off we go. Soon we're in Crystal Tower. Lala gang, let's go chat.
How does Materia feel about the high chair?
Oh my god, it's just a chair.
Yeah, what do you guys think? I've got like 8 of them in my house, just saying.
There you go.
Again, I just got so mad when I saw that shit on Twitter. I was just like, it's a fucking chair, man. Like,
You don't even like tuck into it. You just sit on top of it.
I know, it's just a chair.
Yeah, and I've got it next to like a bar thingo and furniture, and their heads still like can't reach the food on the table. It's still not tall enough.
We need a higher chair then. Oh no, we need books. We need to put it on top of like a stack of books.
Cute.
The phone. Oh, we need the phone book. There you go. That's we need a little phone book high chair.
Cute.
Yeah, Sly was
so
nervous because we
cute.
talked about this in the previous week. Look at this.
Do you have the
over it.
same opinion as us, Sly? It's
He's
just
like,
a freaking
he's of the
chair.
opinion
I'm
it's
just-
a fucking baby chair. Why did they do this?
Yeah,
No.
there's a reason. There's a reason why people feel like Lalafells in game are baby, and they are just playing into that. So
I saw someone
Right.
make a playground in a house. To be fair, there's no real reason why they have playground stuff to make a playground in the first place. So the fact that they had that beforehand was something.
You shouldn't go to my house. Just saying.
I gotta come
My
see
top
it.
floor is it's something else. We had 20 something Lalafells partying upstairs in a little like kindergarten playroom. It was so funny.
I'm not gonna lie. As a full-grown adult, if you threw me into like an adult-sized playground, I would lose it.
It was so
Yeah, I
funny.
love that.
It was so funny. Yep.
Yeah, that would be fun. You literally just, I mean, I guess it'd be like, what was that show where that guy just has a warehouse and he just like makes experiments? It was on MTV like way too much, in the States. Sly. It's just on it's literally like 17 slots in a row on MTV. They just play it on repeat. I can't remember what it was called, but it's essentially the adult playground of TV.
I was beginning to think that you were describing Mythbusters, but
No, it's not Mythbusters, not Jackass. Although Jackass, yeah, it might be Fantasy Factory. Might be that.
Yeah, I've never heard of Fantasy.
What? Dexter's Lab.
Hell yeah.
Didi,
I'm there for that.
get out of my laboratory.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, lost the train of thought again. It happened again. Oh, I need to sip. I remember. So today there was actually a Q&A at PAX East, and you mentioned wanting the data centers to be connected. Did bring that up again today during the Q&A,
Okay.
saying how that's one of his major personal goals over the next 10 years when somebody asked him. So it's something, in fact, we know.
Will I be alive in 10 years?
Well,
10 years.
that was another thing that he said. He was like, I don't even know if I'll be alive in 10 years. I didn't know 10 years ago if I'll be alive in 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, we got to
Um,
push for this then. That's what we got to do.
Yeah. So to backtrack on that though, they actually did say they figured out a way to do it. That they have.
Oh?
Yeah. They said this a while ago when they were preparing us for the regular cross data center. But they're concerned, of course, about the stability of it all. That's right now their chief concern. But we know it's something they're working on. They want it to happen, and I think for Materia's sake, I think people want it to happen because we all got cross data center travel, and NA and EU and JP are like, yeah, let's hang out. And OC's like,
Hi.
Yeah, that's like that's in real life as well. ANZ, that's what it feels like in this world. We're so like
True.
away
Isolated.
from the rest of the world. Yep, isolated. That's the word.
Yeah. Upside down land. We don't actually
much.
exist. It's all made up. We don't actually.
exist?
No.
Wait, what's made up? I was like, all of OC's made up? Wait a minute.
Yeah. All of Australia. It's not a real thing.
I mean, to be fair, you look like you have fantasy creatures living on your continent. So
True.
it kind of makes sense.
Hey, they're very cool. They're very cool.
It all adds up now.
I'm scared. I don't know if I'll ever make it down under. It's scary.
You gotta.
I'm actually like an arachnophobe /
You
like
probably won't even
insectophobe.
see a spider. You probably wouldn't even see one. Legit.
That smile is the most uncomforting thing I've ever seen when somebody says that to me.
Uncanny.
Yeah, no, I won't even see one. Nope.
No, yeah, right, chat? We won't even see one. No. Maybe a snake.
Australia is Mirror City after all. True.
It is true. Sly, what was that? You look like you had a revelation when she said snake.
God, no. Oh, man. I wouldn't. Yeah.
You don't think you'd make it? You'd survive either?
Mm-mm.
We're just so scared. That's it.
Yeah.
I reckon that, like, closer to the city, though, like, if you're in the city, I don't really see insects. I don't know. Maybe I just... So I live, like, kind of far out, so, like, I see snakes and spiders and stuff.
The wall of
Kangaroos, like, I
spiders at the
literally go for a
Sydney
walk.
International Airport.
What?
What?
I'm
don't
going to
remember
assume
that.
that's just to scare
What?
the Americans away.
Yeah, that's made up. I've never seen that.
I
No.
guess unless they're referring to the migration, the spider migration. I've seen videos and pictures of the laugh when I mentioned the spider migration. Oh no.
Wahaha.
I don't want to be anywhere near Australia. You know about that, Sly? The spider migration?
No.
Where they like make balloons and stuff out of their webbing and they just fly for like hundreds of miles.
I haven't even heard that. What?
Okay, the spider wall's a real thing?
Oh, he Googled the spider wall to find it. Yeah.
Oh, this is such a this is so
dramatic.
no,
This is
dramatic,
not it.
exactly.
Did you know there are over 2,000 spider species in Australia? Fuck that.
Oh, it's like an infographic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the cities are pretty harmless. I've never had a spider in this apartment. Granted, I've only been here for like a month and a half, but I haven't seen one yet.
See, I get them, but I live a bit further out. Like I can literally walk to the park and I have like kangaroos.
It's not even the big ones that you have to be worried about. It's the small ones.
Yeah, but the big ones will scare the
True.
shit out of you immediately. The small ones, you might think like, okay, get the boot.
I get the
I'll
vacuum.
get the boot.
I vacuum up all the insects in my house. I get my vacuum like, "Ee," and get rid of them.
I've done that. I've done that before. I've done that to like
I don't
a
like
wasp.
squishing. I hate that noise of like the. I feel more
I've never
bad
heard a
too.
noise. See, that's the thing. I just it's over so quick. I just don't hear anything. It's done.
I hear an impact. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I hear and that's the end of it because I'm making
That's
sure it's
the
quick.
end of it.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than when you go
Yeah.
to do that and then you pick up your hand or whatever you smash it and it starts moving again and you're like,
Yeah,
no.
it's just like struggling. My cat likes to torture crickets. She'll literally come in. She has like a cricket in her mouth. She'll drop it and then she plays with it and she pulls off one leg. And I always find this one leg in the house. And then I see this cricket just like slowly crawling to its death.
yeah.
She pulls off the leg so it can't jump away.
Catch Jeffrey Dahmer. Got it. Okay.
Oh,
It's like
That's a
an
good series.
everyday thing. I literally found like 2 dead crickets behind that bean bag like yesterday. and then just legs just randomly around the house. It's crazy. Too crazy.
This isn't helping. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, true. Let's change topic.
It's not helping.
Let's change topic. There's kangaroos, and they're really beautiful, and koalas that you get to cuddle.
What about the drop
No,
bears?
no.
Yeah, I was gonna say the drop bears are next.
No, they're cute. Cute.
Drop bears is like it's like when you go into a dungeon and you step in the wrong square, and it just gives you the warning at the bottom. It scares me. Anyway, let's move on from how scary Australia can be. Oh man,
Classic.
So you made mention about how the oceanic region is kind of isolated from the rest of the, well, I was going to say the 14 community, but the world as it was put. How has that affected how you kind of approach doing content on Materia itself? Because I'd imagine that you have to put forth a great deal more effort than the other regions have to make things happen.
Yeah. You go first.
Would you like to go, Sarah? Oh, okay.
That's
Okay,
right.
sure.
You go.
Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah, so obviously we've got a smaller population. So that's something that we have to deal with. Now, our community, I feel like it's really tight-knit. That's also because of population, but I feel like it's very cultural as well and just a very friendly vibe in general. Because, well, in Materia, like, you recognize names so often. And so we just like to do a lot of content together. Is there anything specific that you wanted to know about, like how we do content?
Well, I suppose it's the organization of it all, because here in NA, and I also assume for EU and even JP, if we just kind of say we're going to do something, and then it happens, like it's just an A to B process. There's very little people wrangling or anything like that.
Yeah, see, in it here, like, people make a lot of effort to make like Discords. So there's like Materia rating Discord, there's PvP Discord, PvP Crystalline Conflict, like, so people. But that's the thing, like, people are putting in this like amazing effort to make things work. So things are working because of this extra effort that people are putting towards it. So we have a lot of people that just come over to Materia and expect it to be exactly the same as JP NA, where they can just say, like what you said, you know, just, I want to do this, let's do it. But no, you have to kind of be a part of these separate communities. You have to kind of make some friends. But like, honestly, I think that's like the beautiful thing with it. Like, you make a lot of friends along the way. It's less of that sort of solo journey, and you're a part of like these amazing communities and these amazing friendly people that honestly just want to help each other out. And we're very much, we don't use Duty Finder. We're very much using Party Finder. Even if you're doing MSQ stuff, people, all they have to put in the description is like, I need help for MSQ. And like, there's people like myself and probably Sid as well. We literally would just sit there in Party Finder and wait for like these things to pop up. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Because it's so much fun. It's so much fun being able to help everyone out.
Yeah,
and then
it is.
Yeah, for savages and stuff, I think finding a static helps a lot, because Party Finder can be hit and miss, but it can be, Party Finder is hit and miss like on every data center, right? Like, you can just join a party that's just not gonna work. It's same here. Like, I don't think it's that much difference. We definitely have our like peak hours, so like from say 5 p.m. to midnight. If you're playing early morning on a Monday morning and expecting to get a savage Party Finder, it's not gonna happen. Like, people need to have that reality. It's not the same. Like, I don't know, but like, I've been leveling my ult on Crystal, right? And I log in and it's dead at that time. And that's why I'm so confused. Like, I don't understand. Like, I literally log into Crystal, what am I on? Diablos, and Party Finder's dead. And it's like, what, 7 p.m. my time, like normal gaming hours, right? But in America, I don't know what time that is, but
you're UTC +9?
I'm EADT, isn't it? AADT.
Yeah, AEDT.
That
So
would
is
be
it plus
4 a.m. Eastern.
AEDT.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm literally why would I want to play NA at 4 a.m.? Like, when I can play like peak hours and like OCE. That's like the only thing I don't understand. I understand people play in Japan, or like if they have communities already, sort of thing. But like, for people complaining that OCE is like dead, but they're trying to play at like normal hours, to me, NA is dead at that time. There's way more stuff happening over on OCE at that time. Like, that's just from my personal experience. Even when I used to play on Siren, same thing. it like NA was dead at that time. So like I don't know if these people are playing during the mornings or like during the days, but you got to like find what works for you. OCE works for me, but like obviously it doesn't work for everyone. I enjoy the community side of it. I enjoy people putting in this effort to make things like more fun and everything.
I think something really lovely about Materia, I'm so proud of Materia actually, because we've got less people, we've got less sort of like leader type figures in the community, but the leaders that we do have, they are genuinely such good people that just want to make sure that others on the data center are happy, and you know, it's really fantastic. They give a vibe of, for example, like I used to play on Tonberry for about 7.5 years, and then I played on Crystal Data Center on Zalera for a little bit over 6 months. I didn't really have that urge in me to help out overly. Like, sure, if someone needed help, I'd help them, but I wouldn't go out of my way to like help people all the time. Materia, people, we're all in this together sort of thing.
Definitely.
And I feel like there's something in me that really just wants to help people out a lot more often because we're such a smaller group. But there are some really lovely leader type figures in the community, such lovely mentors that are just willing to help anyone out. So if there's anyone here from Materia who wants to come over to Materia, feel free to like honestly send me a message in game or anything. And I'm happy to introduce you to people that will get you involved in like the community as a whole, because we all kind of want to work together. It's a real nice vibe. But because we are smaller, we've got to kind of work together. So we find these ways to do things like, and we need discords and stuff like that. Like Sarah said,
Sly, are you smiling because it's wholesome, or are you smiling because you want to visit?
It's just wholesome. It's just yeah. I wouldn't mind visiting, honestly. Like, it's just so goddamn wholesome, man. Why can't we have this?
I've made so many more friends on OC than I ever did on NA as well.
That's
like,
understandable.
It makes sense.
I feel like that's true for me, and I don't even play on OC.
I don't know. It's just there's definitely a different vibe on OC to like the culture. Like everyone is just really freaking nice. Like I haven't come across a toxic person in probably like over a year now. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it was just like in a dungeon, someone just got like mad at something like really stupid. But like apart from that, I haven't come across anyone be toxic or like get mad at anyone in like Party Finder. Like everyone's just really nice, and I think that's like really special that we have here. Like there's no egos or like competitiveness. Like, and not that I'm aware of anyway. Like maybe I don't know. I play the game a lot. And I've been doing more Party Finder recently, even with like Savages and stuff. And the people that I've had fill our groups, like really nice people. So I think that's something I really love about Materia as well.
I think I've definitely run into like a few toxic people, but the percentage rate, like the rate's a lot lower, I would say as well. Train of thought. Where I was going to say, I think
everybody's
a big
losing
thing
their
about
train of thought.
Yeah. I think with Materia, it really because Australia and I presume New Zealand is also like this, but in real life, because we're so isolated from the world, Australians kind of really like to group up in their pack. We're really proud of our little country, 25 million people. We've got sports teams out there in the Olympics doing us proud. We're really just like if we go to Europe or the US or Canada, wherever in the world, we like to go find the other Aussies and be like, yeah, fucking oath, mate. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
No, you're fine.
You're
absolutely fine.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the most tame we've been on the show in a while too. So
okay, mate. Yeah, basically we go, yeah, fucking oath, and just like we like to just spot each other in the crowd. So with OC Materia launching over a year ago, like people bloody created characters after the prime ministers, like a meme, Scott Morrison, ScoMo, and we just all like just made inside jokes, and it's just like the group, like little bloody Australia mentality that we have in Materia, and I think that's something we're really proud of. Ain't that right, lads?
It's fun. It's like when Materia first opened up and all the funny names and everything. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
there was so many just dumb Australian names made.
Can I get some examples?
Good. Isn't there a Twitter that has a bunch of them? Do you know it?
Boy.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, there's Mr. Squiggle, Macca's run in there. We had Kevin Rudd. We had
Centrelink or
ScoMo,
something. I can't remember.
Pauline Hanson. Yeah. These were all like prominent, like,
Yeah,
doing,
there's so much. It was
activities.
so funny. It was great.
Yeah, Australian fast
Running
bowler. Yeah, that was
snag.
fell.
Oh yeah.
Centrelink
Centrelink
FC.
FC. Yeah. Zinger Burger. Big W. Ozpost. Oh yeah, I remember Ozpost. My
Woolies.
God.
Fucking snag. Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Love it.
You kind of touched upon this briefly when you were talking about you spending your first 7 years on Tonberry. I doubt much of this was present over on Tonberry when all of OCE was kind of forced to migrate there prior to having materia.
Tonberry is absolutely lovely. Don't get me wrong. Like I met some lovely people on Tonberry. It's very tame, very humble server. I found people are just hardcore crafting culinarian on Tonberry. Just saying. But let's keep in mind that Tonberry is also, you've got JP, you've got Southeast Asia, you've got OCE, and there's like a big cultural mix. So people are gonna go in their groups and stuff like that, and that's fine. That's okay. But yeah, the materia is really just like, really just OCE sort of thing. And we're really welcoming as well to people from across the world.
So
I'm just
exciting
telling
when
you
someone
about
new
like the
comes.
vibe. Yeah.
We throw a party for every new person that transfers.
Do you just stand where the player appears in like the quicksand and you just wait? They just show up and you're
Yeah,
like,
we're just waiting with
yeah!
the cheer.
Like a big ass banner and everything, and
It's like when you show up to Hawaii and they start
Yeah.
handing everything, all the flowers and everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that must be nice. Someone shows up and they're just like, yeah, I zoned in and I had a million gil. I don't know what even happened.
Yeah, I have so many people that level to 30 and they're like, I got 1 million gil. I'm like, yeah, like so cool. And then everyone loves the rotating buff as well. Like people have been smashing that out, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Materia has that a lot. I'd assume we very rarely have the pleasure nowadays on any server.
Oh,
well,
it's like
Dynamis.
always there until how many
Yeah,
hours? It's like
yeah, I
a
was gonna say
specific
Dynamis.
amount of hours or something.
It's
then it disappears.
either 90 days.
No, yeah, 90 days. That's it. Yeah, it's 90 days.
Yeah, it's 90 days or until the server isn't preferred
New.
anymore, whichever is longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something
So,
like that. I know that
missed
it's
mine.
between the two, but if like the days pass but it's still preferred, you get to keep it until the server is no longer preferred.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, people are loving it.
but I mean, that was kind of the big thing with Materia was suddenly there was the exodus away from Tonberry to go to the OCE server. Is there any, I haven't kept up, is there any still kind of oceanic presence, or I guess ANZ or New Zealand presence over on Tonberry that didn't migrate over to Materia?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of raiders that still are on Tonberry.
Yeah.
A lot of my personal friendship group as well. They're still on Tonberry. I'm trying to get them over to Materia because raiding's fine here, honestly.
Yeah.
Can be done. Everything can be done.
Exactly. And you got good
Yep.
ping.
Yep.
You want the good ping. But yeah, it's sad when people think that coming to Materia means that they can't raid anymore or stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just you just got to make like that little bit more effort, but like in the long run, it's good and it benefits like everyone. Do you know what I mean? So it's sad to hear people don't want to like kind of push for it, just because they're so comfortable with like being on Tonberry and the huge population that is there.
The chat has brought up, I'm sure some people had houses there as well, and you'd never give up.
Oh,
a
so much
house.
easier to get a house.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna
Yeah.
be house on
Free
Materia.
houses come to Materia. There's house. Yeah.
Yeah,
But there's enough
come
to
get
fill
a
neighborhood
house.
still.
Yeah.
I've got a full neighborhood. There's like maybe 1 or 2 houses up for auction. Like you can still like get a medium somewhere and a large somewhere, but
Also,
It's,
they haven't
it's-
released all the
yeah.
houses on Materia yet, have they? Aren't there still? Don't they have like some banked away, like subdivisions or something, or ward totals?
I'm not
not
sure.
sure.
Tim
Yeah,
in
I'm not
chat.
sure.
Anyone in chat? No, I feel like Tim would know the answer. He's here.
Yeah, I know that they didn't. The last 6 wards are not for sale. There you go. They're waiting until the time is right,
Right.
to open those up. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So the promise
Cheers, guys.
of
Thank
more.
you.
Yeah, see? And we know they're still working on more. They'll never be. I don't even think on Material there'll ever be enough houses. Even with wards still locked. I don't think there will ever be enough. Because when those wards unlock, there's going to be that that cheering group in the quicksands. Yeah. They're going to see them start funneling in. Like, no.
So good.
But that must have been really tough being trapped. I guess I say trapped, but being kind of neglected over on Tonberry in terms of the game. Because I remember for years and years, we used to have our own kind of our ANZ representative on State of the Realm who's moved on to other things in life with Ethos.
Yeah.
And he always spoke about how neglected that ANZ and New Zealand felt. Because for years and years and years, very vocal voice. You hear it at even NA events, EU events, constantly people just trying to get the attention.
Yeah.
So
all the time.
I'd imagine that was a big struggle for both of you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely think so. We're still trying to get the Square Enix store for Australia. We can't buy merch at all. We're trying to push for that. It's a big thanks to the FF14 Australia New Zealand Facebook page. They've got about 11K members. They really push to get Materia Data Center going. It's without their work, talking to Yoshi P and everything, I don't even know if we'd have Materia Data Center. We're really hungry, starving for more. Absolutely. We'll do whatever we can to get material.
And I think it was really good because they got a really good turnout at PAX.
Massive.
PAX Final Fantasy 14 booth popped off, and I remember as I was working there, the Square Enix team, they were saying we actually didn't expect this big of a turnout. So literally there's to be at Zodiac line, if you had to get in the line literally first thing in the morning, or you weren't gonna be able to do the challenge. Because the line was that long and they had to close it so early. And we even had to shut down the Ifrit challenge so that we could use those computers for the Zodiac people as well. So I think them seeing that turnout at PAX is pray that they can see that there are a lot of people here that are interested in the game and want to play it.
Absolutely. They've increased the advertising here as well. Have you noticed all of the advertisements on the tram stops or just the mural that went up? It's really good to see. More of it, please. Square Enix, more of it.
Yeah, it's so awesome. There was a huge mural. It was in the city near JB Hi-Fi when Endwalker was just about to come out. That was so cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's good to see. It's super exciting, especially when you love something so much, It's exciting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, I'm kind of curious, because I only hear about the stuff at PAX and things like that. How often does the ANZ community, get together outside of things like PAX and whatnot?
Well, we do have they're trying to organize a group meetup at the moment from that Final Fantasy 14 Australia New Zealand Facebook page. So we have those little fan or organizations for sure.
Yeah.
Not
but
too
even
often though.
Small community stuff. So if I go, I just was at a Games Expo, or if I go to, I'm gonna be going to DreamHack. So I'll just put that announcement out there for everyone as well. Do you want to all get together and meet up and everything? I think it's always just healthy to see people in the flesh, instead of online all the time. But yeah, we're definitely praying for something to be happening at PAX this year. So
yeah,
hopefully.
Literate Wolf as well in chat just said CryptoCon's coming here next year. That's right. Forgot about that. That's really big for us. That's exciting for sure. Yeah.
I've been to a couple. Alex, the guy who created it, along with his wife and the rest of the team. Had the pleasure of meeting him. He's fantastic. So I can say you're definitely in good hands in that particular.
That's
That'd
really
be
good. I'm
awesome.
glad.
Yeah, he
really
came to New
appreciate it.
Jersey. First Kupo kind of think was in New Jersey, and I'm I'm so sorry for you, but thanks for coming. It's I'm so sorry for you that you have to be here of all places, but also Canada and a bunch of other places too.
Yeah.
We had the Final Fantasy. Oh, there was a Final Fantasy piano concert in Melbourne recently, and there was so many people there representing their Zodiac t-shirts, and I'm just let's go. So just
go,
random
Zodiac
Final
shit.
Fantasy stuff that happens as well. You'll just see people. or like they're wearing like their little badges, like I play Red Mage or whatever, you know. It's super cute. I love it.
Yeah. But what we do get, I feel like we appreciate it because we don't get enough events. We want more. So what we do get, we're like scavengers, like, give us the events.
Literal scavengers, yeah.
Well,
Like even if you see like Final Fantasy 14 like merchandise in a shop or something, you're like, oh my god, like
yeah,
because you know how much they paid to get it there.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at you,
So
books
exciting.
on my shelf somewhere around there. There we go.
Yeah, like Art of Viola
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like this stuff I got from actually when I went to Japan. Do you know what I mean? Like so when I was in Japan, I was like buying so much stuff just because we don't get a lot here. Do you know what I mean? So it's super exciting when you do get the chance to.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I know it's brutal for you guys on the merchandise front. How much? I can't remember what the number is. How much is a collector's edition if you were to import it on release? They're usually like I think 300-ish USD with the shipping. So
Oh, I've never tried because
No
it's just too
idea.
much.
Yeah. I haven't even looked into that. It's just
it's not even worth
600
it.
Australian?
Oh,
Yeah, damn.
500 or 600 AED.
oh.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. The books I think are like 150 or something if you want to get them imported or something like that too.
I got them actually for around 100 each. It was a few
nice.
years ago. Yeah, I found a way.
I found a way. Not gonna talk about it, but I found a way.
We're all good here. Smile.
60, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Oh God, 16 put the seed behind a $3,000 paywall. Oh my God. Listen,
Jeez.
no, that would be my answer as well. If I were you, I'd have 2 shelves back there and they'd both be empty. No way I would do it. Not a chance in hell. Well, I mean, to be fair, looking behind me right now, but that's a different story, I suppose. So speaking of PAX, Game Expo, DreamHack, the big question, of course, is FanFest.
FanFest. I dream.
Yes.
I
that
would
conversation.
love that, but
I was so excited.
Would you
I was like,
love your own?
I was thinking about an
Absolutely.
OCE one, and you were thinking about leaving. You were trying to. It sounds like you tried to get into the NA one.
I try to go to London because my
London.
Square Enix account is Europe and other regions. Like that's what it says. I don't know if everyone said that, but mine says that. So I don't know. I was like, I'll apply for the London one, and I have family in England, so I was like, I'll just make like a holiday out of it. But then I didn't get an access code, so I was sad days.
Hey, high 5!
I'll
I'm
try
not
and
going
get a
either.
ticket.
rip.
That is so devastating. I'm so devastated. I really am. I know there was some talk about like creator passes and stuff, which to me is like a normal thing in Australia. Like a lot of our events, we have creator passes, or like if you're a Twitch partner, YouTube creator, you get to get a creator pass to go to PAX, and you get to go like for free essentially. But like, I know some people get like upset with the thought of FanFest having something like that, but I still think like that would be fun. Like, you know, if the content creators put a lot of time, effort, like to make the game, you know, communal, like bring people together. Like we put a lot of effort into this game. So I think, like, not saying that no one else does, like everyone does, but like it would have been cool to see something like that, in my opinion. But like people can argue against me if that's just how I feel, just because I'm used to it, maybe like getting PAX passes and stuff like that.
I agree. I kind of agree with you. Our whole thing was like everybody like the day that it happened, everybody hit us like me and Mike and like other content creators like, oh, y'all are getting in, and we're like, no, the fuck we're not.
We're like, we would know already.
Yeah.
We've been down this road
like,
before. We would know already.
This ain't our first rodeo, so if this shit was happening, we would have probably already known. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
we're like, no, the fuck we ain't. We don't know. So yeah, I kind of agree with you that like having, you know, faces there, the faces you see in content creation there would definitely help to kind of like move the needle a little bit, kind of, you know, make it more of a community thing, which in all honesty, FanFest hasn't really been a community driven thing. It's more from the dev side. You know, you don't get like a lot of panels or a lot of like fan panels or anything like that. It's all dev driven.
Sly,
okay,
we stand out in the hallway and say like we're gonna be in the hallway outside.
That's all we do. That's all we do. And like, imagine just going anywhere and just like we the thing about us, like or any good content creator, we can't say no. We won't. Yeah. We will stop, much to our detriment of like getting food or whatnot. We will never say no. That's us. So
I've starved a few
I would love
at a few events because of that.
yeah. So I would love to see one a more community driven fan fest that is, half dev, half community. That's what I would love to see.
Yeah.
In the future.
That sounds amazing.
Toshio says in chat that, if you can have like the content creators in these sorts of events, it's going to get the crowd going. You know what I mean? Like you can feel connected to the crowd and we can really get them just ramped up and it just feels more like a communal activity, really. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't really see a downside to it. Like what is the downside of having like creative stuff at say FanFest,
Well,
approval. Like
I was gonna say,
approved.
that's the big thing. I know that that there. I mean, if you read any like TOS of anything for like any Square type, they're very particular about the way anything's used from a creative standpoint. Very lenient, but also very, 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 very strict about that stuff.
If they were to do something like that, it would like have to be heavily vetted, and that would take time.
Okay. I understand that. Yeah. Okay.
I think honestly the only reason there wasn't any, I think it's the lottery system that they set with. I don't think they had a means of setting aside badges. I think they were all allocated to, because I remember in the previous years we would basically go to the same ticket site as everyone, but we'd have a code, and this was all lottery. So
wow. Okay.
I think that's part of the reason, but I also I feel like I'm a bit different. When I didn't get it, I was like, I should try to see if anyone has a code for me to get. And then I just didn't matter to me anymore, because I was just like, I'm going to cover this anyway. This isn't, I'd love to be there, but I'm not going to stress about being there. And then I thought about it further. I was like, that might be why there's no press badges. Because they're like, oh, it's not like he's not going to do it. It's not like they're not going to do it. If they love it, they'll do it. So I'm not sure. It's impossible to know what the team is thinking, but I think at the end of the day, they're focused mostly on the event and making sure the event is good. Yeah. And I know that most creators who didn't get badges do now have badges. So they've just gone around asking, and people who have just been like, oh, I'm not actually going. Here, you can have mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to see.
Yeah.
So.
The community looked after the community.
Same with the Aortian Symphony too. Like,
the symphony's a whole different story though, because that's a lot tougher to manage. I know, because I've had a ticket to the symphony before, and it was a kind of a pain to give it to somebody else. I didn't want to go to the symphony. Mel got me a ticket, and I said I'd rather not go. I'm not a big symphony guy. It's not my thing.
Fair enough. You got your own thing. It's totally fair.
Yeah.
I love the piano.
Keiko. I want to get a picture with Keiko and the Keiko concern face.
I was gonna say, you're just gonna ask her to do the face. That's all you want. You just want the face. Can you just look like you don't want to be here with me right now, and then we can take the picture? Yeah? Okay. Perfect. Sly with the freaking emote. Jesus Christ. The big thing is now that we have materia, we now have an Oceanic data center. We don't have an Oceanic Fan Fest just yet.
No.
I'd assume that on top of not being able to necessarily get tickets to the other ones, I'd assume that's now the next step that you're pushing for as a community.
It would be absolutely great. I mean, we'd all do a shoey. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes, I'm aware of what a shoey is.
Yeah, so they should
I'm
give us
not enlightened me.
Fan Fest. Okay, we'll basically take a shoe off, put beer in it, drink it.
Okay. I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure because I was between that and, well, walking someplace. It was between those two. It's chewy.
I've never done a shoey. I feel so un-Australian.
Yeah.
Never done it.
We call it
done,
dog
Sarah.
food.
We're gonna get you to do it.
We get a big glass boot and we fill that and then just go instead
Sounds
of an
more
actual
fancy.
shoe.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just
I feel
trying
like
to
we
think of
don't
what
have the
we're.
expectation. Like I'm not gonna. I feel like that's raising the bar like so high, and I feel like we just got freaking service, man. To raise the bar to be like, yeah, we'll get a fan fest too. Like I feel like it's a bit. I don't know. I would love it, but I'm not going to like. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's just. I don't want to be disappointed if we don't ever get one because I've just like
That's-
imagined having
Right,
one.
that's fair.
Maybe by next FanFest?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean.
important.
Obviously, not for 7.0.
Yeah, no,
There's
definitely,
no
definitely
chance
not.
that's gonna happen.
It'd be like 28 or something.
I'd like to see PAX grow next time around. We just had so many people. I'd love to have like a full-on section or just an increase in size for something for PAX because our demand it was amazing.
It was such a big booth.
was
It
huge.
was that already so big. Like to think to make that bigger, it's like it's half a PAX.
Yeah, there were just so many people, and it was it wasn't. There needed to be more computers and more space for these people, and I would love for Square Enix to really hopefully they've really recognized that, and we can do something even bigger for next time around, and then we just keep increasing. They see that the demand is there, that we're eager. I think it would be like a gradual piece of work instead of just like FanFest straight away. I mean, that would be incredible. I don't expect it. I got to be a little bit real.
Yeah,
but
I think
I
that's
would
how I
love
feel.
for them to work on PAX from there and yeah, give more space if PAX can do that. Yeah, buy more space. I don't know how it works, but yeah.
Just
Yeah,
extend the
merchandise
whole
booths would be
building,
cool.
Melbourne Convention Centre.
Just build.
They just build
more.
them. They have their own building.
Get a tent outside.
That'd be sick.
Get a bonus tent outside. Just set a bunch of
I'm
stuff
down
up
for
there.
it.
Well, the way you talk about PAX is the reason why it even comes to mind. Because if there's not enough room at PAX, and it's already such a large venue and a large booth there, I mean, that for me, the next logical step is even like I'll use 2014 Las Vegas as an example. We had half a conference room for that. It was and they squeezed a few thousand people
gosh.
into that. Yeah, half a conference room at the
They
Rio.
learned.
We'll take
They
it still.
eventually
We'll take it.
learned.
Yeah.
If we can get a fan fest of just a half a conference room, we'll take it. We'll just give us fan fest. I don't know, anything really. It's growing. The community's growing. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, the community's
Everyone's really
growing. I
enthusiastic.
think that's really exciting. I always talk about free trial. Like I swear every time I leave the house, I somehow talk to someone about free trial. Like it's just embedded in me. Like
Do you say the
Trying,
full
like,
name?
Gotta say that.
I
Do you
say
say the full
like
name?
so I start talking about like what I do, sort of thing. And like, yeah, I play like Final Fantasy 14 online. Oh, did you know you can actually play for free and get to play up to level 60 of unlimited game time?
Oh, really?
And you get to play the award-winning Heaven's Ward expansion, and I pretty much stopped there. But
There
it sounds
is,
pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, if I can play for free, it's the free. Level 60, you get to play as much as you want. Sounds pretty good to me. I've literally got people to play. I got my dad to download the game, actually.
Oh my god!
I want
really?
to do a
That's
stream
awesome.
with
What?
me and my dad, and I want to create like a sprout with him and like kind of go through content. I think it'd be fun.
What a great idea! Oh my gosh, that's so nice. I want to watch that. What the hell? That's so cool, Sarah.
I'll
That's
let you
awesome.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's so wholesome.
We played Fortnite together a few years ago. That was fun.
That had to
Victory
have been
Royale.
Yeah.
something.
It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
Sorry, Tim mentions in the chat that there have been the last two PAXs in Melbourne. The difference in attendance from the first to the second was out of control. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So the growth between the first and second was huge. So,
Was it
I hope that
2019 to 2022?
to
Because of COVID, I think.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
2020? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the Final Fantasy 14 had a booth at PAX AUS well before there was even a Materia data center at one point.
Yeah.
It was super.
Yeah, like we're hungry. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember hearing that it popped off there. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like PAX is like the gauge that they're using. Somehow I feel like they just literally look at PAX and go, yeah, we should probably do something else too. Yeah. Servers?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen to Mr. Happy.
It'd be cool if they were to do like something, say, even at like DreamHack or just something like smaller. Because like DreamHack is more like esports, like CSGO and stuff like that. But it'd be cool just to have like a little corner and be like, come try Final Fantasy Online. You know? I don't know. I would be so down for that if there's just like, I don't know, 6 little computers and then have like, I don't know, I could just stand there and be like, did you know? And then just hand out little cards like free trials and come play Final Fantasy. I'm so here for that.
You've got like a furniture store desk and like an HP monitor, and it's just like well, actually, this was in my garage and I just brought it out and I just put it down right here. Just wants anyone, hey, sign
Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So
dude, I love being that person though. I love being like the advocate and being like, let's go, everyone. Have you tried?
Yeah, you did really well at PAX. Like, really, really well. Good job, Sarah.
Thank you. It was so much fun. I love talking to everyone. When I got to like get the microphone, like go talk to people, like, why do you play Final Fantasy 14? Do you play on Materia DC? And someone was literally like, no, F that. And I was so like gutted. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you got to come play with us.
Yeah, the only microphone I got was talking into people's headsets, trying to tell them how to do Zodiac, like north, east, south, west.
Oh, you didn't have the Danger Dorito? Nobody had the Danger Dorito?
We had a Danger Dorito. It made a lot easier. Yep.
You should have whispered in their ears, the marvels of circus or playthings.
I was like, welcome to the Based Bus and Booth, guys. Let's go.
Oh, take me back. Funny. It was actually I remember the last day of PAX, like we all just cried. Like everyone was just having the best time. Like no one wanted to end, and we were just like so appreciative of each other and the time that we got to spend together. And it was real beautiful. It was so good. I was so emotional. Like, this was the best time of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like to think to do something like that I'd never imagined it. Like, it was insane. It was so cool. All the cosplays too.
Yeah. Fantastic. Amazing. Did you see the Emmett Selk?
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
That laugh, I was like, there's something different about the Emmett Selk.
No.
It was devious. You were like, see Emmett Selk.
No, it's just exciting.
No, I'm all good. I'm actually not an Emmett Selk fan, but it did sound like that.
Did you see?
Did you see that Grahatia?
Ooh, there were lots of Grahatias, yeah. They were good though. Like I feel like every cosplay. Oh, there was a really cool Red Mage one that I really liked too.
Yeah.
That was sick. Yeah, that was a lot.
Seen a lot of very impressive stuff over the years.
And we did the Mandeville on stage too. The Mambo.
That thing's a workout.
Yeah.
You tried doing that as long as people AFK and Limbs of Lominsa for, and it's just like you understand why they look the way, like Godbert looks the way that he does.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yo, that's got to be the next. Someone's got to do it for a YouTube video. I did the Manderville for 30 days straight, and these are the results. People do like I did 100 push-ups every day for a month, kind of things. That's what you got to do. I did the Manderville every day for a month, and these are my results.
I feel like that's for Harry. That's a challenge for Harry in the chat who does content creation as well. He loves doing the Manderville on stream. True. That's for you, Harry.
I'm sure Harry has an emote of them doing it.
Yeah, he does.
I'm pretty sure.
See if I've got it.
I hope somebody takes that and rolls with it. Yeah, don't go to the gym. Just and then you do 20 minutes with the regular Manderville, and then you do 20 minutes with the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You just you alternate it. You keep going. Yeah, exactly. You just alternate between.
You building different muscles.
Yes, you're just getting different muscle groups. That's all you're doing. Perfect. Oh man. Well, stepping back from specifically the OCE Fan Fest, obviously we have the North American one coming up soon. We have the circuit, as we call it, with NA, EU, and JP. Anything in particular you're looking forward to? Hopes and dreams for 7.0?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
They were ready.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, obviously spoilers, so who haven't beaten Endwalker and all that. Mera Cydia, So I'm a big Final Fantasy X fan. I love that game so much. Okay,
love
so
10.
if we go to Mericidia and see where Sephiroth was summoned, you know, the people who summoned Sephiroth are the tree race. Who's the tree race in Final Fantasy X? Heck yeah, it's the Guado. We could have the Quincy Guado. I would love to see more Guado. Controversial guy, but he's my favorite character in like any game.
Controversial guy.
Because he's a jackass and he's just interesting. I would love to see the Guado. Absolutely. Another one that was mentioned that I thought was pretty cool. Instead of having Blitzball as like a mini game in the Gold Saucer, why can't we have Blitzball as a job like Waka? That would be sick. That would be sick.
That'd be
I
cool.
would love that. Geomancer, Viking, I like those as well. Yeah, those are my big hopes.
You've just tapped into Happy's disdain.
I love 10, but I don't love Blitzball.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the activity, but like the weapon, you know? The weapon.
Yeah.
The Blitzball as a job. Yeah.
Blitzball.
I mean, we like little bit of spoilers. We kind of got a hint at maybe getting a little bit of Blitzball from Hildebrand. I don't know.
Yeah, they actually, big spoilers for anyone if you haven't done the most recent Hildebrand. There is
I remember, yeah.
yeah, there's a Blitzball animation in there.
Yeah.
A ripped right from Final Fantasy X Blitzball animation at that.
Yep.
So,
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
They did us dirty with Anima, not giving us a trial. You know, that was a bit of a, but you know, hopefully
Can
we
you
get some
imagine?
FF10 stuff. Like, please.
Yoshi P rocking up to FanFest in a Blitzball like costume.
as Cidus. No, he would just be dressed as Cidus with like the half jorts.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so there for that.
I can see
love
it
to
too. I
see
feel
that.
like he could do it. He's got, I mean, his hair isn't too different from Tidus's. You know, it's a little different
Yeah.
color. It's not as spiky, but you know, it's got that same like backwards
Imagine if he
flow
just
to
wears
it.
a
You know?
wig.
There you go. Yeah, you could just get it styled. It'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh man, that'll be sick.
Yeah, what about you, Sarah? What are you looking forward to in FanFest?
I don't know. I mean, because I'm still like very into the more like depth of Final Fantasy 14. So like, I haven't seen like FanFest stuff before, so I don't really know what to expect, if that makes sense.
It's very fun.
But like, I'm excited for literally everything and anything. Like whatever they're there to tell us, I'm there for it. It would be cool to see like a new job or something like that. I'll be so there for that. Any little leaks of some point or like talking. It's cool that they've talked more about the data center travel as well. Maybe hearing more about that. Maybe not 10 years.
Don't worry, it's
Yeah.
just the goal over the next 10
Yeah,
years.
over.
It's
yeah,
a
until
range.
then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a range, not a promise
Yeah,
of
okay.
how long it'll take.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they also talked
Yeah.
about, in the same vein, talking about the next 10 years, they talked about the graphics update, which they said,
Oh
you know,
my god, yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. So like when I play Final Fantasy, I'm like, this game is so beautiful. I was so in love with it. Like it's so pretty. Like all the glamours and everything. Like love it. Like I love the aesthetic of the game. And then I see people like talking shit about the graphics. I'm like, bro, like this is so pretty. Like, and then they're talking about upgrading it too. So like, I'm so there for that. Like that was something that really got me into Final Fantasy 14 was like the aesthetics and how it looked and everything. So yeah, I'm so there for that.
Yeah. Art style's nice for sure. I like it.
I love it.
I wonder how they're going to tackle. We've got so many expansions now. We're going to get another one, and I've been watching a few streamers go through the MSQ like from start to finish, and it's just so much to take in. And I worry for the new players, like another expansion on
It's
top of
intimidating
Endwalker to go.
so much.
I wonder. I thought like maybe they might split it into two sort of MSQs. You got Final Fantasy 14 Part 1 with, you know, maybe the journey of Alphinaud and Alizé, and maybe they do something with him. Maybe they kill him off. Who knows? I would actually kind of like to see them. I like Alphinaud, but it would be kind of cool to see him kill off Alphinaud. It would be such an emotional impact, and that makes a good game. Kind of like FF10, you know. I said what I said.
Is that why only Alizé is in the Puma ad? Because he's dead? That's it?
you know, it's a hot take, but it makes a game really, you connect to it really emotionally, at least I do. So if they can finish the story like with, it's like the story of Alphinaud or something like that, And then they start the new expansion in like a fresh sort of, here we go, part 2, kind of like if anyone plays Path of Exile, they've got PoE 1 and they're working on PoE 2. They're 2 separate sort of games, but you can like sort of choose a pathway of one. I'd like to see them do that with 14 personally. What the hell? I said I like Alphino. I like him, but it would be, I love when a game kills off a character that I think is cool because I get I cry. I want to cry.
Do you remember Endwalker like going through the damage, the emotional damage of Endwalker and not knowing what was going to happen? I cried every time someone like got taken, and I was just like, I don't want to lose someone for real.
Go ahead.
Because I remembered like saying chat the whole time, like, this isn't happening, this isn't real, this can't be real. Like, I was so against the thought of that. So like for you to just be like, they should just kill him off. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with that trauma. I really don't.
That's fair. It is a lot. I tend to like those games that are very like in your face, hard hitting storytelling with it, like really runs you through those emotions because I don't know, I just do. But in Endwalker, what got me was anything to do with animals in the game, like Neuraxia. I had a big cry. And one of the parts of Matzia, my favorite character in the game, Matzia. I love Matzia. That part of the baby, that got me in shambles.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I won't talk about this anymore.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, that means I could imagine that if you have some, going all the way back to A Realm Reborn, and again, this was spoken about today at the Q&A, the scene with Moonbreeda's parents was listed as a big one. What, Sly?
See, Sid's trying to kill somebody off. I'm just trying to keep a waifu, and I like
Based.
I'm just trying to keep a waifu. Like
Pick one of the Scions. They've refused to kill them.
No.
Too easy.
No. And I'm afraid to say anything now because I'm like, you don't
want to say anything about Zero?
Yeah, Ferdola's kind of hot, but like, no, she's about like, I don't want them to kill Ferdola off or anything. I mean, God.
Listen, just take Ko Rabinta, aka Noah.
Yeah.
There you go. Listen. There's options, Sly.
First I lost Moonbreeda, then I lost Yatsuyu, and who else did I
Okay,
lose?
to be fair though, when you picked Yatsuyu, you knew you were making a mistake.
Was I though?
Somebody, can I get Sly under her heel? Can someone make that real quick? Anyone? Yeah. Just as a tribute to him, I guess.
Oh, they need to do something with Papa Limo. That's right. Oh, I miss Papa Limo.
Well, they did do something with Papa Limo and Endwalker. He did have him help us in the level 89 dungeon, where his staff comes and he AoEs down.
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yep.
F for Papa Limo.
Yeah, Hodgefont gives us a buff. Papa Limo, like LBs, Ilbird, and a bunch of ads and stuff. There's a few things in there. There you go. Yeah. Sly.
Thanks, guys.
Ever cry now.
I mean, isn't that the point? I always say Endwalker had the emergency button to cry where they would just start playing either Lost in the Distance or Flow or something like. They had like 3 songs. They just inject them into a cutscene, and it's like, well, fuck you. All right, how about that?
Literally, yeah. Oh, I cried so much. It's embarrassing. Stupid.
Even on the Omega follow-up quest, all of a sudden they just start playing, and it's like,
all right,
I'm out.
Guess we're going through this again.
Make it stop. Make it end.
Even at the end of like, that was a sweet beat. What was that?
Yeah.
That's my alarm. Sorry.
I was thinking even at the end of Ultimates, at the end of DSR and Top, if you've seen those, they're just like, they're like just trying to rip your soul out from your body the entire time. They don't know how to stop. They
enjoy it. I reckon they enjoy watching us cry on stream.
I think they do.
Surely.
I wonder if they
I
have like
truly think
internal
so.
compilations. They just like clip that. Go under a fake Twitch name
In
and
the
clip
house.
that.
Yeah.
Just compiling it all.
Before meetings, just watching content creators cry. Like, okay, how can we make this happen again?
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring it to board meetings. Like,
So this brings
Right on
this
the
emotion.
yeah, Ishikawa sits down. She just opens up a folder and she's just got like images of
Notes.
just.
True.
Oh my god!
she's
Why can I see this? This is real.
Well, given that our producer and director spent a good 3 minutes talking about sitting down with 16's producer to try and figure out how to do a collaboration, I think I can imagine it. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that 14-16 collab.
it's absolutely happening. He's not making that joke.
100%.
Yeah, he's not making that
Yeah.
joke for just the joke. It's totally happening.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, I'm down there. So down.
Yeah, we have the 16 panel tomorrow. Don't forget.
Ooh.
At 11 a.m. Pacific, which is just
No
about
idea my
7
time.
hours ago. Yeah.
I'll be asleep. I need my sleep.
It's like 4 a.m. Oh boy. Don't worry. Next week's live letter's at a good time for you.
Yeah, it's just when I stream, I think.
Yeah. It's like 1 a.m. Pacific, I think, for us.
Yeah. I always have a hard time being like, do I stream live letter or do I just keep doing what I'm doing? Or like, because I know people want to watch live letter. Then it's such, I feel like it puts me in such an awkward spot when live letter's on the same time as my stream. I'm like,
It's also like the
Dude.
first half of the live letter is really good to co-stream, and then the second half, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
feel that.
Mood. Yep.
Definitely feel that.
all right. Well, I think we've covered most everything that I at least wanted to get through. Sly, is there anything else that you had prepared for them?
Just one last quick little question before we go. If you could have, if there's something you could improve or add towards the ANZ community or something ANZ related with 14, what would it be?
The data center travel. That's the one missing link we really want. We really want it. I've spoken to so many people. They all want to travel and have people in. It just, yeah, that's what I want personally. Not, I can't speak for everyone, but I know quite a few that want data center travel. Yep.
I don't know.
Sarah?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What would be something? It's a really good question. I actually don't know. I agree with the data center travel. At the same time, I feel like they can kind of split the community. They could just make people like piss off and not come back.
You want to keep them locked in?
You gotta stay here. Yeah, I don't know. What is something that
Oh,
added
yeah.
to like improve like our quality of life over on Materia? I really like what they've done. Like we've had a bunch of like in-game events run by like PR companies and stuff where I would like to see more of that because it kind of hypes people up and gets people together. Like the 1 year Materia DC, like having more stuff like that happen. Or like, you know, we did like a minion bingo thing on Twitter and we got to like give out prizes and just to make us feel like more included again and like less neglected from the other regions. Like, cause obviously you guys got FanFest and all that stuff. So like the little things that they do for us, mean so much. So like, you know, having that more regularly would be really nice. Getting prizes sent out. Like I got my little fat cat snow globe. You know, I cherish stuff like this because we don't get stuff like this. So like having more stuff to kind of thank the community for playing the game, making us like feel welcome. I think is really cool and it'd be cool to see more of that.
Kangaroo mount.
Kangaroo minion.
Yeah.
Okay, we got minion, but yeah, not the mount.
The
That's
amount.
and the Lalafell would sit in like in the pouch.
I've heard that that's if you know about kangaroos, that's not something you'd want.
Yeah, no, it's all gross.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Yeah, just I think that something easier than data center travel would be our own merch store. Yeah, a lot of us want the merch store, so that's something that's a lot more doable. I'd imagine.
Or just something where it rewards the player for playing on Materia. Like having some sort of like reward system. Like if you play on Materia DC, you get to do this event sort of thing. So like, I don't know, just to make it more exciting. I don't know, like just to get people to be less scared to come over to Materia and like realize it's actually a really great place. Like, I feel like there needs to be some sort of like push. I know like, you got Road to 80 buff and stuff like that, but maybe there could be something else that happens as well. But
I will say, even though I've spent like 7 and a bit years on Tonberry and a bit on NA, like Materia has been my favorite data center. And it's hard to say because Tonberry is my home, Materia has been the most enjoyable time for me on Final Fantasy 14. So even though we say stuff like this, like it is so lovely to be there. I just want to make that a bit more clear. Yeah.
The community is just like incredible. Like everyone is there to make sure that everyone has the best time possible. Like everyone has that same sort of goal. It's not just like no one plays for their like sole reason of playing. It's more like I'm going to help these people out, especially people that are like max level and everything. It's like, okay, I'm going to sit in Party Finder and help people with this. I'm going to help people through Savage content, like whatever it is. Like people will use their unique like skill to like help other people. People are good with like crafting, gathering, like they'll help people with that. Like there's just so much help going around and it's so beautiful. It's very wholesome. It's really incredible, like the community there. Like I feel like if someone saw that someone felt like alone or they didn't really know what they were doing, like people would jump into that and be like, do you need help? Can we help you out? Like we love to help you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're definitely it's definitely a big family. It's
for sure.
cute.
And we understand like, some people want to just be left alone. That's totally fine. Like we play an MMORPG, we're introverts, right? Well, not all of us, but but yeah, generally if someone does feel left out and they want to join in, like we're more than happy to have them in as well. Just like get to know everyone and lots of loads of friendly peeps. Shout out to Celestial Light, the Lala leader of Limsa Minsa. She's a queen. She does all these like Lala raids and marches and organizes a lot and just wants to make sure that everyone's having a fun time. She's really, really sweet. Press 1 in chat to say hi, Sel. She doesn't use Twitch. We've got like an inside joke.
Yeah, there were ones in the chat well before you even said that.
We're talking. It's like Morse code talking to Sel. Oh my god, guys, thank you.
Zero
She's
goodbye.
So sweet. And I don't know who did 0, but it's just fun.
I was just thinking binary. My brain instantly goes to binary.
Oh right,
1
0 is it? Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. It's fine. All right. Well, appreciate you taking the time out of your days to make sure that you could be here. We appreciate it. Sly, thank you again for putting this week's show together, for doing the outreach. He put a smile on because he knows what I'm going to say. He knows what I'm going to say. Thank you for being the people's person, Sly.
I try. And again, thank you both, Sid and Sarah, for agreeing to come. Again,
Thank you.
We've never had, well, besides Ethos, we've never really done an A and Z show. We've done stuff with the European community, and I kind of want to do stuff with them next. So but yeah, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it.
It was so much fun.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome. It's good to talk about Materia too. Like just to let people know that like we pop off here and we have so much fun. Like it's not, you don't just go there and it's like a desert, we actually have a good time.
So wholesome.
I'm so proud of them.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, everyone's like working so hard to make it such an amazing place. Like everyone's putting so much effort. So I think the effort doesn't go unnoticed. So yeah, we're very grateful for it.
It's not just a desert. Like sometimes there's a kangaroo. You just start the game and it's just kangaroo, just like.
Oh.
What are you doing? Aloha.
Yeah, no, thank you. So thanks for having me on. Absolutely, it's an actual dream come true. Thank you. I've also got your mug from a few years ago.
Oh my goodness! I don't
cute.
even think I have it anymore. I think I broke it. You own one more of those than I do. I'm using the Final Fantasy 11 one at the moment.
So thank you so
Oh,
much
cute.
for having me on. Oh, that's really cute.
I
The shirt's in the washer, I think, Jackie.
What my shirt? I think I have one of my shirts, one of my old ones, but it was like a limit. It was like a Christmas one, I think,
Aw.
that I did. Oh wow, I haven't done one in like 5 years. I haven't done a shirt in a long time. Oh, that's something to think about later. Well, no, seriously though, thank you. This again, like Sly said, is long overdue. We all we ever had was complaining OCE got nothing. Pretty much was the only presence it had on State of the Realm prior to this.
There's not much to talk about then, is it?
Yeah, no, there was no PAX presence.
Nothing.
There was no server. There was a hope and a dream, and that was it. And it was year after year of nothing. Okay, moving on. There it is.
Yeah,
Now
no, it's
something.
great now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely something, and it's turning into be something really beautiful. So I reckon if we keep working together, everyone's gonna love it here.
Now we have 2 kangaroos. God damn it. Double. There you go. That's half glass half full. Yeah, so thank you again for coming on. Before we do outros real quick, shout out to the sponsors again. Thank you for supporting us over on Patreon. You don't have to, you choose to, and it doesn't matter. All of our stuff's available for free. So anything over there is just pure support, and we appreciate that. Also, again, shout out to Steel Series and Advanced GG, both of which have commands in the chat and discounts and all that. Okay, let's start signing off. Let's put an end to this wholesome show, I suppose. Sid, why don't you start? Thank you for joining. Tell everyone where they can find you at and what you have going on.
Sure. Hello. You can find me at twitch.tv/Cidnova or youtube.com/Cidnova. Twitter, Sid_Nova. Got an Instagram in there too, Sid_Nova. Yeah, if you want to come join, I stream on average about 5 days a week. Final Fantasy 14, absolutely love it. Goated game. And I like to label myself as like a hardcore casual. So I like to play the game a lot, obviously, but do a lot of like the casual grinds. Like I'm trying to collect all of the relic weapons in the game at the moment. We're going ham. We're trying to just like basically go through the achievements list, collect everything, and I'm there to meme, there to hang out. Anyway, that's for another time, but all good.
You want an achievement that'll take plenty of time and you'll be able to do for a long time?
Diadem one.
It's ocean fishing.
No, it's not. That'll take you 3 months approximately. I know how long that one will take. No, get the accursed title.
The accursed one. Oh, I'm not a title fan, to be honest. I don't
Well,
really
it's an
do
achievement all the
titles.
same.
It's got to be done. Yeah, it's got to be done. But what's the accursed title?
20,000 accursed hordes in Deep Dungeon.
Easy. Just soloed up to floor 32. Let's go.
Oh my.
Good luck. Don't worry. There's also an achievement for 10,000. You'll get that along the way.
Easy done. Easy done. What a gamer.
Thank you again for coming on and for being a wonderful presence here.
Yeah, thank you.
Sarah, your turn.
Yes. You can also find me at twitch.tv/SarahJane. I think SarahJane TTV on YouTube. Because I couldn't get SarahJane. I don't know. And then SarahJane AFK on my Twitter and my Instagram and everything else. I also stream Final Fantasy 14 5 times a week. 7:30 p.m. AEDT, those nights. I do a lot of raiding. I do a lot of community stuff, like we're doing the Amazing Race tomorrow. Oh my god, that's tomorrow. But yeah, you can find a bunch of variety stuff, like we do treasure maps and stuff as well. So if you are looking for like a community on Materia DC and you want to hang out, come and hang out with us. Thank you so much again. This was so much fun, truly.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, we appreciate you. Sly and I show up every week. We're a foregone conclusion. You two are the special ones. We're just here. We're here because we're here so we don't get fined. There you go.
Beat me to it.
Perfect. I knew you were gonna say it. I know you too well. I know you too well, Sly. I know you. Speaking of which, Sly, what do you got going on?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me on Twitter at Sly the Fox. Besides going through RE4 right now, tomorrow I'll be on Mog Talk to talk about FanFest. and I love how Frosty pulled a happy. It's just, like, I just get it this morning. Yeah, I get it this morning. Like, well, sure. Yeah, I'm down. But yeah, other than that, just playing games, playing the video games.
I like video games.
Video games are pretty cool occasionally.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty
Occasionally.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, it can be fun.
Yeah.
Haps, what are you up to?
You can find me Mr. Happy at all, whatever. Just Google it. No one cares. They know. Yeah, that's fine. I am doing Count Up at the moment. I'm on Final Fantasy 9, Disc 3. I still have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to go through before 16 comes out, and then I'll probably try to filter in World of Final Fantasy, maybe Crystal Chronicles, Tactics, there's a few other things. Not to mention random Theater Rhythm games. They have their Nier Automata pack coming out next week.
Ooh.
So that'll be fun.
Be cool.
Yeah, that's going to have, by the time all the songs are out, it's going to be like 500 something songs. It's going to be, it's a lot of songs for a rhythm game. It's a lot of songs. Obviously, we have Live Letter next week. We have FanFest in July. 16 comes out in June. It's gonna be a crazy time. It's gonna be a crazy next couple of months. I hope everyone's strapped in and ready to
I feel
go.
like this year has been really busy.
It's
I don't know. Does anyone else feel like really busy? Like there's so much happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's Diablo 4 this weekend. There's Resident Evil 4 this weekend. There's Diablo 4 last weekend. There's Diablo 4 in a few months. There's Street Fighter 6 stuff. There's that's
keeps
like,
going.
That's nothing. There's Battle Network next month for Mega Man. I've been begging for that for years.
Oh, I never played a Mega Man game.
This one's more like it's more like, I wouldn't call it turn-based. It's more strategical and tactical. It puts you in like a grid, and then you collect like parts, components to use against the enemies, and they're all like area-based attacks. I would highly recommend Battle Network for anyone who's never played it. It's just It's a fantastic. Yeah, 6.4 will be in like May. Should be like May 23rd-ish if my prediction holds true. So, yeah, we got a lot going on. But with that, we're going to move into a short post show. We just hang out and talk for a few minutes until people need to disperse for food or for daily living and whatever not. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Next week, we'll be doing a live letter show. See if we have a guest. But we'll just, live letters Friday morning. We'll do the show Friday afternoon. Cover everything that you missed. So be sure to tune in for that. 2 weeks from now, we're doing our show on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific. So it's 6 p.m. Pacific about right now. So the show will be starting about an hour from now in 13 days. Because we're having Audrey, as many people know from Khuja, she's going to be joining us to talk about doing translations for the community and her journey and discovery through Final Fantasy 14 and everything Final Fantasy 7. It's big interview style thing with Audrey. So if you follow her, and you probably do, you're going to want to be here for that. So we got plenty of shows lined up. With that,
Exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. With that, thank you everyone for being here. We'll see you next week. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
soon.
You're awesome.